What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. I've had so many comments, use this gun, Tickle, use this gun, and with all of the hype around the Ouroboros right now, I thought, you know what, I'm going to just use it and give it a go, and let's do a bit of a plain old review on it and see if it's any good for all the people that haven't got the Ouroboros, or perhaps using a Scorpio or the St. Elmo, so you can't use two exotics in that slot. Is this going to be a good gun to fit in that slot? Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. And if you need help with the incursion, check me out when I'm live. We help with incursions and raids and all them good things like that. Join my community Discord, the link's in the description down below. Right, so PSA, this is a strikers build, right? Because everybody in the VI comments has gone, Tickle, run this gun with strikers, run this gun with strikers. Now, I would have probably put it with Hunter's Fury, with it being an SMG, but you know, I'm just going to do as I'm told. I've not tried this yet. I'm going to go straight in and give it a go. I've slapped on my strikers build. There's nothing particularly fancy about it. I just made sure that the crit chance and crit damage is going to work. I'm just going to keep an eye on them damage numbers. Now, we're all used to that super fast RPM on that Ouroboros, and I worked out the RPM of this. I think it was about just shy of 1300 when it's at its max. I think might have to do that math again a little bit. I'm not sure if I included the RPM increase from strikers either. Oh, I think I did actually, because that comes on the base of the gun already. So yeah, about 1300 is the tops for the RPM for this gun. Give or take the 5% increase also from Gunner. He tagged me. I mean, it's putting in the work, right? I can see why people run it. Damage numbers, have they been popping up? Let's just make sure we've got them turned on so I can reference them a little bit easier afterwards as well. Do this last area. I need to keep an eye on them strikers stacks as well. I haven't really been keeping an eye on them. What was that noise? We missed one back there then. Where's he gone? We'll go up this way now. So half strikers stacks. And we're almost popping a mill there. A half stack. We are popping a mill now. Oh, you can't move before I got my thing off. Your pulse off. 1.1 there. Almost probably about 80% striker stacks. I mean, it's nice. Do not get me wrong. These people in my comments are right. And if you've not got an Ouroboros and you want a bit of a change from a Dark Winter, or this, you know, it just seems like there's so many good SMGs to use. This might be one of your options. So we're going to go straight to the bench. We're going to run over the build real quick. It's nothing new, so we are going to make a bit of a hasty run on this. Just make sure you've got SMG damage selected here. I did use Gunner for this, basically because I wanted the armor on kill. The 10% I feel like it's just enough when I'm running heroic missions. With that powerful nowadays, I don't really feel like you need too much more. Unless you're running maybe a legendary or something like that. So that's why I chose to take Gunner. But obviously you could take Firewall if you wanted to use the shield and get a bit of extra damage that way as well. Right, let's have a look at the build. So there's the build, nothing special. 4-piece strikers. We're running Sokolov as well. We're going to take Obliterate. We'll go through the gear bit by bit just so you can see. So we've got the Coyote's Mask with a weapon, a crit hit damage mod. We're going to always try and get this middle buff at 10% crit chance and 10% crit damage. Worst case scenario, we'll get the really close one, which means we are going to be under crit chance cap just a little bit, but I feel like it's kind of worth in that respect. Then we're going to take the Sokolov chest piece for 10% SMG damage, crit chance, and crit damage with obliterate. Now, I mean, you could go either or with this. You don't have to run obliterate, but it's just kind of my favorite damage talent. It's just super, super reliable. And then 4-piece strikers. That's one of the main reasons I didn't run intimidate, because we are going to run the strikers backpack. It just gives out a lot of damage. And as you can see here, we get the weapon handling. We get the 15% rate of fire and strikers gamble. Weapon damage, and crit damage with the risk management buff. And then we've got the gloves at weapon damage, crit damage. The knees at weapon damage, crit damage. And the holster, weapon damage, crit damage. And the gun that we're going to be talking about all this time is the apartment. Now, I think this is a DZ exclusive, so you're going to need to pick it up from the DZ exclusive or named boxes or a vendor if there's one for sale. It has been up a few times recently, so you might already have one in your stash. Damage to target out to cover with perfectly measured. So the top half of the magazine actually fires 20% faster. And then the bottom half of the magazine gives you an additional 33% total weapon damage. And that's actually pretty huge. We can compare it to the other guns quite easily here. It has the same RPM as the St. Elmo's engine. So that's one thing to think about. Now, the St. Elmo's engine is probably a very, very versatile, absolute laser beam type of gun. But you'll notice this only has 112k damage on the build that I'm on right now. Expertise level 24. Yes, it has 70 in the mag and it has electric bullets, which gives it an app. There's just so much to that. That is just worth so much. Not necessarily in damage, but in making your gameplay easy. But you can see here, damage-wise, we're at 133k, and we're only level 12 on the expertise. We've got another 12 that we could up this as well. Obviously, to make up for the less than 20 bullets in the magazine. We're then going to get this buff here measured as well. We're going to get the 20% rate of fire, which will make it faster. You know, if we just add 20%, so 978 plus 20%, that's going to take us to 978 plus 20%. That's going to take us to 1,173 or 74 if you round up. So definitely nowhere near the RPM of the Ouroboros. But obviously don't forget as well, when we do slow down, we get the 33% weapon damage as well. So this is definitely not going to be a gun that I'm going to replace the Ouroboros with. That thing melts things like the butter. But perhaps I wanted to use the St. Elmo's engine, or I wanted to use the Scorpio. This would be a great substitute. And I've got a build coming up soon, or I think I might have already posted it, that uses versatile on the backpack. And swapping from an SMG to a shotgun gives you a lot of extra amplified damage. And this might be the way you could go with Scorpio and the apartment. You know, I would also recommend the Dark Winter. That is a huge gun in my eyes. But you have to get a kill to get the damage from that. This you don't. So you could just run strikers, you know, and just get the output of damage. So that's what makes this really, really good as perhaps a backup high-end SMG. If we had a look at the stats, you can see I was just shy on the crit chance, like I said, hoping to get the middle buff on the Coyote's mask, 53%. Still high enough though, if you don't and you get just the flat out crit damage for being too close, you're not going to suffer too much there. We're at 158% critical hit chance. Skills, I use the Banshee Pulse for a change because everyone says I use the shield too much, and the Revive Hive. That's going to be it for the build, nothing too spectacular, but the apartment is definitely a good gun alternative. If you want to go back to using your St. Elmo's engine or your Scorpio, it fits in really, really nice with the Strikers set. And I think it would probably fit in just as nice anyway with the Hunter's Fury set. Just depends on what you guys want to run. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.